Hey gang, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday in the month of February, and our theme this month is Love Rules. It could be read two different ways, Love Rules or Love Rules. We're going to play with both of those subjects during this month, and we've got little stickers. If you come by Austin Dental Spa this month, you can pick up a sticker and join the fun. Facebook, Instagram, welcome to Austin Dental Spa on a soon-to-be chilly Wednesday. It's not terrible yet, but by the end of the evening, this evening is supposed to get down below freezing, which is a big deal if you're a Texan, and it pretty much is shutting the city down. The schools are all going to be closed tomorrow. Just because it's going to get down into the 20s and there's a little precipitation in the air. So anyway, stay safe and warm out there if you're in Austin or the southwestern part of the United States. Looks like the whole country is kind of getting pounded by this same storm. So we're going to have a little fun today just talking about how love rules when it comes to taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, taking care of, your oral health, which is what we're all about. And we're going to segue into what's getting ready to happen here in Austin by talking about how cold weather can potentially affect your teeth. There's at least 5 ways that you might experience pain in your teeth when it's cold outside. First of all, anything, including teeth to some degree, expand and contract with extreme heat and extreme cold. So if you're outside and it's below freezing and then you come back inside to a warm environment or drink something hot, you could potentially be putting little micro fractures into your enamel, which then will ultimately cause pain. Some people, even without microfractures, me included in one of those, I have generally sensitive teeth anyway, so when I go out in cold weather, I keep my mouth closed because that cold air getting in on my teeth excites those nerves. So be careful with the extreme cold. Some tips, tricks, if you're out in extreme cold, keep your mouth closed or cover it with a scarf and breathe through your nose. And that will actually help that. Another thing that can cause sensitive teeth that in the cold is aggressive brushing. People this time of the year eating, especially with the holidays, usually associated with winter, people are eating a lot more sugar than they normally do the rest of the year, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and cold weather, especially up north, starts even before Thanksgiving. And so then when they are brushing their teeth, they get a little more aggressive with their toothbrushing, and a hard bristled toothbrush and aggressive brushing can wear the enamel off down along the gum line or wear the gum tissue away and expose the root surface of the tooth, which is not covered with enamel, and that can cause sensitivity in extreme cold weather. Like I talked about, if you go out in the cold weather tomorrow when it's in the 20s and I breathe through my mouth, it's going to be uncomfortable. Iced tea makes my teeth hurt. So be careful of that. Number 3, we segue right into that. Sugary treats. Try to cut down on the sugar just in general because one of the favorite things the bacteria that grow around your teeth likes is sugar. It's the fastest thing that they're able to break down and create an acidic byproduct. They like to eat the sugar, but by the time they're done with it, the byproduct is an acidic substance very similar to hydrochloric acid, and that sitting on your teeth, even in minor, minuscule amounts, can eat away at the enamel of your teeth and cause decay. Also stay away from the hard, crunchy candies, the jawbreakers, things like that. generally not associated with wintertime, but definitely associated with holidays. Candy canes, that sort of thing, peanut brittle. Another thing that can cause pain in the wintertime, the home bleaching kits, the stuff that you buy over the counter or that you take home, a lot of them, they don't control where the bleach goes like when we do it here in the office. So some of that bleach material is going to get on your gums. Some of it is going to run out of the end of the tray or whatever vehicle, the white strips that they're holding, and you're going to swallow it. But our concern is that it might get on the root surfaces of the teeth. If you've got some exposed root surfaces, that's going to make the sensitivity or the hypersensitivity level of those teeth go up several notches. So when you go out in the cold weather, or you drink something warm and then drink something cold, or you're eating hot soup and then you drink something cold along with it, like we do down here in Texas, that could cause some pain in your teeth. The final thing that can cause sensitivity this time of the year, seasonal illnesses. You know, nobody's talked about the flu or colds for the last year and a half or so because it was all about the virus. But they're back. People are getting a flu and colds. I've had several people call and cancel appointments this week because they had coughs and runny noses and all that stuff. So all that stuff is back, and if it gets bad enough and the temperature drops, it drops the barometric pressure, and that a lot of people's upper molars, especially the roots of the teeth, stick up into or near the sinus area. So if you get an increase in pressure in your sinus area, that is going to put pressure on the nerves that go into your teeth right there at the tip of the roots, and that's going to cause some pain. We see it every year around Christmas and all the way into the spring, that people come in when the barometric pressure drops and we're getting a cold front like today, and they've got mysterious phantom pain on their upper molars, almost always exclusively on the upper molars. So if you take a antihistamine, a cold or flu or allergy medication, and the pain goes away in your teeth, it's not a tooth problem. It is a sinus issue. So those are the 5 things that can cause issues. So best thing to do is just keep your mouth warm. If you're outdoors, like I said, you can keep your mouth closed and breathe through your nose. That way, if you're breathing through your nose, it's set up so that it warms the air and filters the air as it goes into your pharynx. And if any of it does get back into your mouth, it's already going to be warm. So when it touches your teeth, not going to be painful anymore. Another thing that you can do is wrap a scarf around, like I said, so that as you're breathing, your air is warming up the air that you're intaking, and it's less likely to be sensitive on your teeth. And yet another thing you can do is drink a hot liquid, like a coffee or hot chocolate, and just holding it up to your teeth or to your mouth and breathing in it, you're going to breathe that vapor in. It's going to warm the air up just because of the heat of the hot tea, hot chocolate, coffee, whatever. So those are some tips to handle this cold weather. It's only supposed to last for 3 or 4 days. It's not going to get down into single digits like it did last February, but everybody's kind of got PTSD about last year. So everybody is freaking out and going to the grocery store and buying out all the toilet paper and the bread and the milk. Come on, people. It's only going to last a couple of days. By Sunday, it's going to start warming back up towards the 70s. And by Monday, I think it's supposed to hit 70 again. So stay safe out there, stay warm. Our health tip for the month, or for the week at least, this made national news. We just talked about it last week, the gut bacteria, and how the healthier the gut bacteria is, the healthier your whole body is, and how it affects your immune system. What made national news this week, right on cue, that they said probiotics, the supplements you can take that balance out the bacteria and funguses and help you digest your food, that taking probiotics can actually protect you from COVID. Now, I did a little research on that, like, well, how does something that's going on in your intestine affect things that are going on in your nasal passages and your lungs? Well, it didn't take much research to realize that some of the like 70-80% of the T cells, which are the main white blood cells that are formed in your immune system to fight any kind of pathogenic attack, from whether it's virus, bacteria, whatever, they're formed in the intestines. And I sort of knew that, but I'd kind of forgotten it from medical or dental school. So anyway, those are formed in the intestines. So the healthier the bacteria in your intestines are, the more T cells are going to produce, and those get into your bloodstream and travel around looking for attacks to your body by pathogens. So if the attack's going on in your lungs and you've got healthy gut bacteria, you're more likely to have healthier white blood cell response to that and attack that whether it's a cold, a flu, or coronavirus. So that's how that all ties together. So take care of your gut health. If you don't take a probiotic, eat some fermented vegetables we talked about last week. You can get it at Whole Foods. You can get it at most of the health food stores. They make probiotic supplements that are just big capsules that you take one a day, and it does the work for you. But if you don't want to take the time to do that, just eat things like kimchi, yogurt, pickles, olives. Mediterranean diet is so popular because it's got a lot of fermented vegetables and fruits in there, and it helps. So take care of yourself, stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you next week for another version of Love Rules on Wisdom Wednesday.